So the recording has been started. Great. Welcome in the session, and in the session we are going to cover about the control statements and logical statement. All these will help us to write the control flow in the programming. So the basic control statements which are required for computing, for mathematically, and for writing the program for other purpose also. All these we will discuss one by one. So first I am going to share my screen and we will cover everything. So this is the entire screen I have to share. So I think my entire screen is visible to all of you. Yes, so you can see now MATLAB window. Please let me know if you are able to see MATLAB window. Is it clear? Yes or no? Yes or no, please? Yes, thank you. Thank you. And this is the MATLAB window. Okay. So here I prepared some script file. Here is the first one which I want to open, and then we have the control flow. Okay, and my function. So here is the script file, my script file, in which all the examples has been given, and one by one we will discuss about the control statement and why we need. And all these will be discussed and will help you to understand and implement for different type of programming and why we need. So the control flow in MATLAB refers to the order in which the statement of a program are executed. MATLAB provide various control flow statements that allow you to make decision, repeat task, and control the flow of executions. The most important thing is that when we are writing a program in MATLAB, that is always we have a sequence of statements, and we need sometimes to instruct the MATLAB which statement must be executed. So here mainly we are discussing about several control statements are there. Okay, so very first is we have conditional statement. What are these? So here first is if and statement. You can see here is if and statement, and this statement is used for one condition and code to execute if the condition is true. Okay, there will be one code, one condition, and corresponding to the condition we have a single code, and this code will be executed only if the condition is justified or condition is true. Okay, so see the syntax for the same we have is this one. So this is if, and at its place we have to put the condition, and corresponding to the condition we will have at this place some statement, and this statement of the program will run only if this condition is satisfied. And how you can use? I create the script file, and all the script file is divided in subpart, in partition, and to do for this you can use double percentage. Okay, by using this double percentage you can see when I will remove you will have this one. If you are using one time, then this is the comment. When you will use it two times, then we have new cell or slice has been created. Okay, now corresponding to this if condition, we have one example. See this example very carefully, and this will help you to understand. We want to use now this if condition. Okay, suppose we have x is equal to 10. We are assigning the value at its place, x is 10. Okay, now we are going to apply if condition if x is greater than 5. If x is greater than 5, meaning is that if this statement is true, means when the x is 10 and x is greater than 5, if this logic is true, this statement is true, only then this statement will be executed. Otherwise, this will not execute. Okay, see in the MATLAB, what I am doing, I want to run this cell. Only this part will be executed. Just click at the run section. When you will click on the run section, see in the command window. So all these are the script file or edit file. On the left side, this is my current directory, and this part is the workspace. Okay, and you can move up and down by putting your cursor at this place. Okay, and this is the workspace and this is the command history. So all the statement which will be executed in the command will be stored in the command history, and the values of the assignment variables will be stored in workspace. Okay, variable along with its value will be available in the workspace, you can see. So now if you will change this value, see, I have at place 1. The value of x is equal to 1, but x is greater than 5. Now what happened? Corresponding to this value, this statement is not true. This statement is not true. So what happened? This statement will not execute. See, I am running the file, this section. You need to press at this place, run this section, and you see that there is no value in the command window. You can run and see each time there is no value because this condition is not satisfied. If you make it less than 5, now I am going to change less than 5. Now the condition is true, okay, and at this place I have to change the statement less than, x is less than 5. So whatever you have the statement corresponding to this one, this statement will execute. Okay, see, if you want to add at this place display x, okay, and then execute. X is less than 5 and the value of x is 1. The value of x is 1. You can see at the place, this is 1. So you can increase the sequence of statement corresponding to the condition which you want to apply. Okay, so according to this condition, when it is satisfied, only then this sequence of statement will be executed. If the statement is not true, then this statement will not execute. Again, if you will make it greater than, and you can see that the statement are not executed. Okay, it says that input should not be non-negative. See, yes, so these statements are not executed because this condition is not true. So I think this is a very simple example and clear to all of you. If you have question, you can put in the chat box. Now we have next example. In this case, we have if else and statement. Okay, this if else and statement will be used for both true and false condition. One condition is true and one is false. Okay, when you want to print the both the cases, whether it is true or false, okay, then there will be two cases and we are applying only one condition. See, in this case we will put if condition. If this condition is satisfied, then the statement which we will put at the place will be executed. If this condition is not true, if this condition is false, then else. At this place, whatever we have the condition, whatever we have the statement will print. Okay, so this code will be executed if the condition is false, and if the condition is true, then this code will be executed. Okay, so when you want to print the statement corresponding to if condition, but condition is you are given only one. Okay, so this will print both the value whether it is true or for the false condition also. Okay, see here in the example number 2, and I put here very simple example, and this will help you to understand if else condition. See here we have the x value, we are assigning it x is equal to 15, and this is the condition. See here, this is the condition. If x is greater than 10, then y, this will be y is equal to x and display y. So the value when the x is satisfied at this place will be stored in y and display the result. Okay, so the value of y will be displayed only if the statement is true. This statement is true. If this statement is false, then this will not execute. This will not execute. For the first statement, only this statement will be executed. So for the true, this statement will execute, and for the first statement, this part will be executed. So in this way, you can manipulate, you can manage the sequence of statement, and according to the desired condition, these statement will execute if the condition are justified or not, true or false. According to that, these statement you can control. That's why these statements are known as control statements. Okay, see, execute this part. We are going to execute this section. So our cursor must be at in this section and go to at this place. Where is my cursor? You need to click at this place. So when you will click on it and see 15. So we have the value x is equal to 15 and this condition is satisfied, and that's why the value of y is displayed at this place. If you make it to minus 15, now the first condition is not satisfied, or you can say the condition is false. So this value will not print in the command window. This statement will be executed. Okay, run the code, run this section, press on the run section and see x not satisfying the condition. So this statement has been executed because this condition is not true. So this becomes false, and the first statement, this is the first statement. Okay, this part is executed. This condition is fail, this condition will be executed. If this condition is true, this statement will be executed. And again, you can check for all the values. See, now 15, if you are choosing at this place 11, okay, 11 is also greater than 10, and run the code. We have 11, but if you are putting at this place 10, 10 is not greater than 10, okay, and this will also condition not satisfied. Okay, so this statement will execute only if this condition is true, and if this condition is false, then this condition will execute. This statement will execute. Okay, in the similarly, we have one more example. You can see in the example number 3. Okay, on the basis of if, else, and. So this is the expression, and this is the condition. Okay, if this condition will be true, this statement will execute. If the condition is false, then this condition will be this statement will be executed. See, we have at this place the value of x is 6. When you will run the code and see that 6 is greater than 5. Okay, so this statement is executed and print the value at this place in the command window. If you make at this place 5, now we know 5 is not greater than 5. 5 is equal to 5. Okay, the condition is failed at this place. This statement will not execute. So if this condition is false, then else statement will be executed. This statement is known as else statement. So now this statement will be executed. See, I am going to press on run, and you can see x is less than or equal to 5. That's why this condition is not true, and this statement is executed. Now come to the next. We have if, else, if, and statement. Note the 1.3, if, else, if, and. Okay, in the place of else we have else if. So else if will be used when you have more than one condition. Okay, in the previous example we have only one condition, and that condition is either true or false. Okay, if you want to print the value, the condition is true, then we will use only if and. If you want to run the code or display the value whether the condition is true or false for the both the cases, then you will use if else, as you can see. Okay, so these statements are executed whether the statement is true or false, but the condition there is only one. There is only one condition. The condition is true, this code will be executed. The condition is false, this will be executed. In the case of 1.3, we have if, else, if. So in this case, we have more than one condition. These conditions may be 2, these conditions may be 3, these conditions may be 4, and more than 4. Okay, so this is the syntax. This is the first condition. If and at the place condition, we are given the condition. If this condition is true, then this code will be executed. Else if we have second condition. Okay, if this condition is fail, this code will check the second condition. Okay, if the condition at this place which is given is true, then this part will be executed. Again, if this condition is also false, we are using again at the place else if. Okay, and here we are putting the condition. This is the third condition. You can extend in this way for 3, for 4 condition, for 5 condition. Okay, if this condition is true, then this code will be executed corresponding to third condition. Okay, if all these 3 conditions are not true, then else, you can see at this place else, and if all these statement conditions are false, then this part will be executed, and at this place we have to end. See the most interesting example number 4. See at this place we have what you can observe in this example. We have at this place first condition, if x is greater than 10. Okay, if the condition is true, then this statement will be executed. Again, at this place we have the x is greater than 5. Okay, so there are so many values like 6, 7, 8, 9, all these values are greater than 5. So 10 is greater than 5. Okay, so up to 10, this condition will be satisfied, and for both the condition, for the first condition is x greater than 5. Okay, but here we need the x is greater than 5 but less than 10 or equal to 10. You can see if the value is greater than 10, then at this place the condition is satisfied. Okay, and the statement this will be executed. If the value which is greater than 5 but less than and equal to 10, this statement will be executed. Okay, if the value is less than and equal to 5, less than and equal to 5, then this condition as well as this condition, both the conditions which are given at this place will fail, and or you can say false. Then this condition will be this statement will be executed. When both the conditions are false, only then this statement will be executed. Now you can check for all these conditions by changing the value of x. You can see when you will choose x is greater than 5, very first statement is true, and see by run the code x is greater than 10, this statement is executed. Check it very carefully. If you will have 12 or 13, 15, whatever you can choose, all these values are greater than 5. So for all the values which are greater than 10, this statement will be executed. Okay, see the value of x is again greater than 10. If you make at this place 10, now the first condition is not satisfied. Run the section. Okay, you can check at this place the value which is printed. X is greater than 5 but less than or equal to 10. Okay, we print this value. This is the statement corresponding to this condition. But this statement will be executed when the value of x is greater than 5 but less than or equal to this condition. Only then the code will be executed when this condition is failed but this is true. First condition is given at this place is false, but at this place it is true. Then this code will be executed, and you can easily observe that this condition will be failed only if x is less than and equal to 10. And for other values, x is greater than 10, this statement is true. But if x is less than and equal to 10, then this condition will be false. Then this will check only this condition. But if the value you have which is greater than 5 but less than and equal to 10, then this statement will be executed. Okay, and for other values which are less than or equal to 5, this statement will be executed. So this is the use of if else function to control the statement. And when you will execute, see, and if you have at this place 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 or the other values which are less than 0, for all the cases, now this statement will be executed. You can check x is less than or equal to 5. Whether at this place 5, this will again run the same answer because x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, that's why this statement will be executed. So here you can see some more expansion. One more example has been introduced at the page. See what is there when we have if condition x is greater than 10, we have y is equal to x square. We are using at the page some functional statement. Okay, so here we have y is some function x square. So the statement is true, then this statement will be executed and will display the value y. Okay, if x is greater than 5 but less than 10, less than and equal to 10, then this statement will be executed, and you can see that at the place y is equal to x raised to the power 5. And for the other values, when these two statements are false, two statement has been introduced. When these statements are false, this statement will be executed, and you can see we have the value of x at the place is 15, and you know first statement is satisfied, and run the code, and you can see that 15 square, this statement is true. This code will be executed and display the value, and you know 15 square, this is the 15 square, and 15 square is 225. Okay, if you are using at this place 5, if you are using at this place 5, sorry, you can choose 6. Okay, now this statement is true. The value of x is greater than 5 but less than 10. So this statement is false, but this is true. If this statement is true, then this will be, if this condition is true, sorry, this is the condition and this condition is true, this statement will be executed. Okay, and you can check it. So 6 raised to power 5 we have 7776. If you are taking at this place 5, now this condition is also false. The first condition is false, second is also again false. So this statement will be executed for both the condition which are not satisfied, then this statement will be executed. See, this is the value corresponding to x is equal to 5. You can choose at the place 0. Okay, so this is the value of cosine 0. So these are the statement. Now we need, there are two type of loop. Loop statements are also required for controlling the statement according to our desired value. Okay, and loop, there are two types of loop. One is for loop and other is while loop. Okay, and both have different use. You can see the use of for loop. Okay, for loop repeat group of statements fixed predefined number of times. Okay, so in this case the start value and end value will be given, then we will use for loop. Okay, see at this page, this is the index, this is the syntax for the same. At this place we have the index. The index is from which point we are going to start. This is starting point and this is the end point, and corresponding to this starting and end point we have this code, this statement, and this statement will execute and repeat corresponding to the initial and final condition, initial and final value. See here one example corresponding to this one. This is the fifth example. You can see this is the very simplest example for loop. I is index. What is I? I is index, and I is starting from 1 and go up to 15. So index will vary from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 15. Okay, with difference 1. Okay, so when you will we will take small steps. So here this is 1 to 5. So when we and display I, see what happen when you will execute this for loop. We have I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you take at a place 10, so this will execute to from 1 to 10. Check it. Okay, 1 to 10. You can see. So as much you will have the value at a place. We know the initial value and the final value. Okay, and this loop will work accordingly. See, starting from 1 and will go up to 15, and in the case of index, the difference between two consecutive points will be always 1. Okay, again you can see one more example, extension of the above. Okay, what we are doing at base, we have n, define the value n, which is n is equal to 10, and we want to find out the sum of the variables. Okay, we have the sum series, okay. So loop is used at this place. See, the first value we are going to initialize from 0. Okay, so the loop to calculate the sum of the series, just like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 and so on up to 100. Okay, you got it? Just like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and plus go up to n. Okay, we want to find out the sum of this series. Okay, so we can easily apply the for loop to calculate these values up to n, and the value of n we have is 100. We are choosing at the place 100. So this sum series will work to find out the sum of the values. See, so when we have I is equal to, this is the index, I is equal to 1 to n, and the value of n is 100. So you can write in this way also, 100. Both are same meaning, because the value of n we have assigned at this place. So this will automatically pass this value at this place. Okay, so sum series, first this 0 will be passed at this place, and I is equal to 1. 1 plus 0 we have 1. This value will be stored at this place. Okay, the updated value we have is 1. 1 is the value of some series. Now this value will be passed at this place, and I is equal to 2. 2 plus 1 now we have is 3. Okay, 2 plus and this is the 1 and this is 2. So 1 plus 2 we have is 3. 3 will be updated at the place, and for next value 3 plus 3 it becomes 6. So in this way this will work. You can run this code first and see the sum is 5050. What we are doing, we are doing for small values. Okay, check the answer corresponding to this one. So 1 plus, this will return the sum of 1 plus 2, 3. If you will increase 3, so this will be 3 plus 3, 6. Okay, so this 6 is updated at this place. Okay, for 4. Okay, so first it will calculate the sum of 3 terms that will be updated at the place, and when the index will be passed at this place, so 6 plus 4 will be 10, and that will be updated at this place. Run the code. See, so for first 4 term the sum is 10. If you will increase index one more, so what will be there? The sum which is calculated up to 4 plus new value will be added, which is 5. So this will return 15. In this way this will work, and you can find the sum of first 100 term, that is 5050. You can find the sum of first 1000 term. Okay, that is 500500. You can calculate the sum of the 10,000 terms. Run this section, we have this answer. You can include more zeros and you can get the corresponding answer. Okay, so this for loop will work in this way, and we can easily get the sum. So that's why this is known as the sum series, and the display function is used at the place to print the value. Okay, so this is the display result, and this is the string. This is the string and num to string. This function will convert the numbers into string, because we wanted to print all these things in the single statement. That's why we have to convert the number into string. Only then you can print your answer, or you can display the answer in this way, which is available in the command window. So this is all about the for loop and its use. Then we have next loop, which is while. Okay, this is also very useful, very important to write smart programming. Okay, so all these which we are discussing are very sporty, very helpful, and without considering all these control statements, we are not able to write different type of programs which are based on some conditions, logical operators, many things are involved. So we are discussing in this session only the control statements, and all these control statements you can check in C, C++, okay, and Python, MATLAB, Maple, Mathematica, Octave, Scilab. So the logic in every programming or language, whatever you are using, will be same. Okay, only the syntax are different. See here, while loop. In the case of while loop repeats a group of statement as long as the condition is true. We are given only the condition, and until the condition is true, this will execute, and when the condition is failed, it will stop. Okay, see in the example number 6. This will help you for more understanding. See here, we have x is equal to 1. Okay, while we are starting from x is equal to 1. So while x is less than 5, so these values will be calculated until all the values which are less than 5. Okay, and also is x less than this string corresponding to this, the answer will be printed. C. And as soon as the x is equal to 5 or greater than 5, this will stop. Run the code. We have x is 1, x is 2, x is 3, x is 4. Okay. So when this condition is true, only then up to this condition, this will work. Okay. As soon as the condition is failed, this will stop. Okay. So the statement will execute until the condition is true. So as soon as the condition is failed, this will stop. So this is the use of the while loop. You can increase at the place 10 and see, run the code. Now we have x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to 9. Okay. And when you have the x is equal to 10, the condition is failed and stop. Okay. So this is the example of while loop, and how you can use. In the next, you can see at the place we have switch statement. We have switch statement in the MATLAB, and many times we need to use when we have some specific cases or groups are required to use. Okay, a switch statement in the MATLAB is a control flow structure that allows you to execute different blocks of the code. Okay, when you need to execute block wise, in that case we have to use switch statement. Okay, and it provides a more concise and readable way to handle multiple conditional checks compared to using several if and else if statements. So this will also help while writing the programs when we have some type of block wise we need to execute. Okay, so here is the structure for the switch statement which we can use. So this is the first switch variable. Okay, and according to this variable, this is the case 1, and this value if is equal to variable, the value 1 which you are assigning in the case when this value is equal to variable, then this statement is executed. This block will be executed. If this value is not equal to variable, then this block will not execute. Okay, if we have value 2, and in the case of value 2, this value 2 is equal to variable, then this block will be executed. Otherwise, if all the conditions are not satisfied block wise, then this last one will be executed. Okay, see in the example for more clarity and for more understanding. Okay, see at this place. So this is the variable. See at this place, day is the variable. Okay, here this is value, case value 1. Here is Monday. This will print if Monday is equal to day. If both of these are equal, then this statement will execute start of the week. Then we have the case next Wednesday, and Wednesday is the midweek. Okay, if this value is equal to the day, then this statement will be executed. This is the next block. Okay, and this is the third block. If Friday is equal to day, then this block will be executed. Friday is the end of the week. And other case, if any value which you are assigning in these three blocks are not equal to this variable, then only this statement will be executed. Now check all this. So the day we are changing at this place. Okay, this day is here. Now when you will execute, so you can check here. Here is Monday and day is also Monday. So both are equal. Day is, this is the variable. Okay, this is the variable and this is the value. Okay, and the value of variable is Monday. So both are matched in the first case. That's why this block is executed. If you are taking at this place Wednesday, copy and paste here. Now the variable and case both are equal. Okay, so this block will be executed corresponding to this variable and the value at this place. Check it midweek. If this case, this value is equal to this value of variable. Now the variable and the value both are equal. So now this case will be, this block will be executed. Okay. If here is Sunday, but there is no case value in this. Okay. So all these are failed. All these are false. So only this statement will be executed. Run the code. Not a significant day. Okay, so this is structure based on the working days, Monday to Friday. Monday is the first day and Friday is the last day of the week and Wednesday is the midday of the week. So according to this block will work when variable and the value are equal. Now we have, there are some more example jump statement. There is a break, two type of jumps are there. We can discuss here the break. Okay, this will used to exit a loop immediately. The break statement is used to exit from the loop prematurely when MATLAB encountered a break statement within the loop. It immediately exits the loop and continues executing the statement. Okay, you can see at this place. See the example. Okay, so here we have the for loop and we are going to apply for I is equal to 1 to 10. Okay, and also this will display the value. Also here we are using the break statement. Okay, if I is equal to 2, double equal means logical statement. This is logical statement. Okay, so if the value of I is equal to 2, there is a difference between the single equal. Single equal is used for assigning the value to the variable. Okay, this is assignment symbol. And when you are using double equal, okay, see, check in the command window. 2 is equal to 2. This is 2. See, 1 means 2. So double equal means 2 is equal to 2. Okay, whether 2 is equal to 2 or not. So according to that, this will return the answer. See one more example. 2 is equal to 3. We know this is not possible. This is false, and that's why we have 0 at the place, since the statement is false. Okay, so these are some logical operator like 2 is less than 5. This is true, 0. 2 is greater than 5. This is false. We have 0. Okay, and there are so many logical operators, but here we are checking for when the value is 2. Okay, so when this value is true, I equal to break. So this will automatically break at its place and exit from the loop. See, we have only 1 and 2. If you want to break when the value is 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4, this will repeat the value. But when the value of I is equal to 5, at this point, the loop will break. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5. Okay, so up to 5, after this value, this will break. Now this will break after 9. See, okay, so in this way you can use break loop. And one there is more important, we have continue. See, we have continue. Skip the next iteration of the loop. So when you will use this continue, only that particular value which you are assigning will skip. Okay, check it in this case. For I is equal to 1 to 5, if I is equal to 3, this value will be not printed. This will skip this index from the for loop, and after that all the values will be printed, will continue. Okay, that's why this is known as continue. C when you will execute. So here in this loop, the value 1, 2, then this condition is true, not will print, and after that the loop is continue. 1, 2, 4, 5. If you will have at its place 10, see, the loop is break at I equal to 3. The value of the index I equal to 3 not in the series. If you take at its place 5, now this value will be absent from the, you can check it. 4, 5 value is not exist. After this is continue. Okay, you can check for 8, run the code. You can see the value of 8 not exist. So after the statement, the loop will continue. So this is the continue to skip to the next iteration of the loop. Then we have return. Okay, this is also useful. The return statement is like a quick exit button for a function in the MATLAB. If MATLAB says a return statement while inside a function, it immediately stops whatever it's doing, it's going to in that function, and goes back to there where the function are called, or back to the command prompt if the function was called directly, and this will more understandable with the help of example. See, here is see my function, and this is my function. Okay, what is inside this my function? Here is this condition: if x is less than 0, display input should not be negative. Result, okay, and return. Return means if the condition is true, this will jump to this, return to this function, and if the condition which you are applying at this place, this will execute. See, this is the function to find the square root of a positive number. Okay, and you know, if we want to find out the square root of the positive number, this will be possible when the value of x is greater than and equal to 0. Okay, so that's why we are applying at this place this condition. So when the condition is satisfied, this message will return in the command window. Okay, but if the condition is false, the condition will be false only if it is greater than or equal to 0. Then this will return to direct at this point. Okay, see this very carefully. This part is important. Okay, once again, we create at this place my function for square root. Okay, and there is one only argument, and you know, function is starting in this way in MATLAB, function result. So the value will be stored in the result. Okay, so here we want to find out the square root of any positive number. That's why we are applying at this place this condition if x is less than 0. Okay, so what we want that display input should be non-negative. Okay, the result will be empty, there will be no answer, only this will give a message return. So due to use of this return, if the condition is not true, the input will directly return to the functional statement. Only this functional statement will execute when the value of x is greater than or equal to 0. See now in the script. Okay, So here you can see we have this value. Value is minus 0.00001, very close to 0 but less than 0. Okay, so when you will execute this part, this cell, the function which we discuss at the place is called at this place. Okay, so according to this value, the value of x will pass through this function and this will display the result. Run the code. See, it's saying that input should be non-negative, but here the value which we put at this place is less than 0. If you make it positive, remove the negative sign. Now the value is positive, but very small. Then now you will run the code and see. We have some answer. Okay. So whether it is 0 or greater than 0, the square root of 0 is 0. And if you have 0.16, the square root of this value we have is 0.400. If you will have at this place 225, you can check this is the square root of this value. Okay, if you have integer value, check it. We have this is the square root of this value. But if it is negative, and according to the function which we define, input should be non-negative. Come to the function. This condition is satisfied. We have this message, no result value. No result value. See, we have only this message. If we have 156, now come back. 156 is greater than 0. This condition is fail. This part will not work for this value. Main function, this is the main function which we define at this place. This function will execute. Okay, so now we will have this answer 12.490. Okay, so this is the these are the basic control statement which are highly useful to write a program, and there are so many applications, and by using all these we can easily create different type of programs and help you to write the programming. Okay, also along with there is some more theoretical part which I create at this place. Okay, here is script file. All these are these files you can see are the script file. You can create easily in the MATLAB. Just you need to press Control plus N. See, I am pressing Control plus N, and now you can save it with any name. I save this file with the name of test. Okay, and you can see in the current directory, this is the file. This file is created, but it is empty. If you will use double sign, test file, test script file is created. Okay, now you can write whatever you need for the computing. Okay, suppose we have is A is equal to 9, then B is equal to, use at this place semicolon. So press the statement, B is equal to, you have 45, so press, and C is equal to, we have A plus B, and display C. Okay, and now you can execute. Now you can execute this section. Yes, we have this value. If you wanted to divide one more section, use this section is for multiplication. Okay, you can write, you can convert different type of sections, or you can divide in the slices in this way by using double percentage sign, and single sign is used for comment. Now this statement is now for comment. Okay, if you are using, new section has been created. Okay, so when you want to run the code section wise, your cursor must be in that particular, and you need to press at this place. So this is all about the control statement and the script files. Now if you have any question, you can put in the chat box and we can check it. Okay, I think everything is fine. Please let me know if there is any question. You can put in the chat box. And sorry for the today this live session webinar. Actually the thing is that usually I create by using Zoom meeting. But in this platform, there is on one platform inside this method group, and the session which was created not using by Zoom by default. Okay, if there is any question, please let me know. Okay, there is no question.